Similarly, let's do another one. In fact, this is a good one because it's a little bit different when you go to Vex. If we want, let's see, what do we want? How about a sim motor? I wonder if they have those ready yet. Better not. Okay, if we want a sim motor from Vex, notice the CAD model here says step. It doesn't say Solidworks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do it, and it's going to give me a zip file. That's okay. Go ahead and save that. But now it's giving me a step file. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste. I have too much on my desktop. I'm going to have trouble finding that again. Okay, so I took it out of the zip file and I pasted it on my desktop where everything else is, but now it's this 217-2000. I'm going to call that sim. Okay, what I have to do in this case, though, is because it's a different configuration, I'm going to have to go and say File, Open, and then choose step file. Where'd it go? Right there. And now it should show me sim step. And it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to run some import diagnostics as I do it. That's okay. I just found that you just kind of select the yes and the go ahead every time, and it'll go through and click on the check mark. Now it's kind of looking at all of those features, and it is creating the sim motor as a SolidWorks part. I think we're done. So we now have sim motor, and if I wanted to, in my assembly, I could import that as well. Wait, why can't I import that? It should be open. Sorry about that. I think the reason that didn't work is it is still considering that a step. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Save as, solid part, save, and now it should just let me bring that right in. Yep, sim. Okay, now I don't know about you, but that doesn't look like a sim motor to me. The sim motors are black, so I'm going to go ahead and make a material change there and make it look like it's supposed to. Ooh, that's not right. Not what I wanted to do. You should be able to just change that one item. You sound like you're doing the whole thing. Oh well, I'll live with the whole thing. So there you go. And then move them around as you need. All right, any questions for today? We've got an interesting configuration there. Let me just reiterate a few things. I think we're probably pretty good with the drawing, and that's something that you kind of play with. The things that we tend to struggle with is how to move stuff around. Don't be afraid to use the axis in the corner. If you want to get precisely a particular view, they will give you precisely front, side, and top, and then you can kind of move a little bit from there. This assembly that we drew, notice the shadow is at the bottom for every part. We used this axle here as the main item from the assembly, and it will use its configuration in space and make all the other ones kind of fit to it. So no matter what I do now with other parts, it's going to follow the kind of shadow configuration of the original part that I said to make the assembly out of. And so there you have it. I'm going to stop for now, just in case anybody wants to catch up, ask a kind of a last-minute question. But that will be my session number 1.
Thank you, Terry. Very well done.
Oh, you're very welcome. I enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, please, before a couple things, something I wanted to say right at the very beginning. Specific axis. Could you say that again? What do you mean rotating a part to follow a specific axis? You mean if I want to turn it but keep it in exactly the same configuration? Well, it depends on what you're using the rotate for. What we've used the rotate for was we wanted to put a bearing on a shaft, but it was originally in the wrong configuration. We wanted it to have the flange on the other side. So we were not really concerned with rotating that part precisely. We just wanted to get it close to mate it. The mating will actually put it so that it's now fixed on that specific axis, because now it is mated concentric to that fixed object. If we had done some different kind of a mating, let's see here, if I take this one away. Now, yeah, see now, oh, it took both, no, actually it didn't take both of them away. Now it is staying flush with the end of that. See, I can't move it. Well, maybe I can move it. Let me see if I get right to the very edge view. Yeah, see, I can't. No, take that back. Oh no, here it is, right here. Okay, yeah, I can only move it now in such a way that it is basically stuck to the end of that that shaft. But you notice if I change my perspective, I've moved it way off from where it originally was. If I go ahead and put that mate back in now, that's not what I wanted to do. Trying to get this, there we go, surface and surface. Now it's back fixed. I know what you're asking, and I'm not real sure I have had a need to do that. I'm wondering what you're trying to get at. You can use mates in a bunch of different ways. Even if you don't want to attach the part, you can mate it at a distance or mate it at an angle. If what you want to do is maybe like float this in space but have it angled 45 degrees from this shaft, you can do that. If that's what you're looking to do. You don't have to just kind of stick parts together with mates. There are a variety of different ways to do that. Let's see if I can do one right here. For example, if you go to the advanced mates, you have, where did it go? There we go. You have a variety of different options. You can mate it at an angle. You can mate it at a certain distance. Like if I wanted to mate this surface an inch away from this surface, now, it did it the opposite direction I was expecting, but now this is an inch from there. Or I could say, let's get rid of that. Or I could say, let's mate that angle at a 30-degree angle with that. And so now I have mated it at a 30-degree angle. You probably would have to give it some more, because you could visualize 30 degrees in any orientation. But with a variety of mates, you could get exactly what you want. I have done what you said in the previous there. Mate two pieces and then undo the mate. and orient it the way you want. Sometimes I found that that is an effective tool. You can get it onto the shaft, for example, but then if you want to move it slightly, then you use it as like a 0 point and then go ahead and move it however you need. But by all means, what I wanted to say, where we have a couple minutes left, please play, go and draw some stuff, experiment with some stuff, and then also recognize I'm certainly not an expert, so use other sources. Find some videos online, talk to your mentors on your team, see what other things that that they know, and get a wide variety of inputs. I'm ready to do this again next week, so I will see you all then. Feel free to send me some messages in the meantime, and look for the video to appear.
Thank you, Terry.
Sure thing.
Thank you, Mr. McGee.